Hi everyone and welcome to today's class. With the new moon energies hanging around, you may feel a little vulnerable or also confused, unsure, insecure. All this is possible. And of course, the important thing is to always step back a little bit, allow for some space for everything, everyone, of course, for yourself, first and foremost. You know, what you don't have, you can't give to others. And especially in relationships or when it comes to shared finances or values, you may feel, something may come up, and you may feel insecure or having issues around this, or experiencing others having issues around all this. So, relax, step back a little bit, know it will all work out. It's just something that's stirred up, but it will also calm down again. So you need to be consistent and you need to be centered to allow everything to work its way out. And this is, the guides say, what we're working on now with our physical body. So, very curious what they come up with. Little toes in line with your hips or muscle line, little fingers in line with your shoulders, nose, sternum, navel, pubic bone in line. Sit bones together, and it's just sinking together to have a long line. It's like a fountain through your body and nothing tilting your pelvis. Ribs together, navel towards your spine, and then you've got your knees and elbows relaxed, and you've got your shoulder blades parallel, like even, and we are starting with the reaffirmation of the upper arms. So your arms are hanging loosely here, and you're just turning a little bit. So the little fingers in line, sinking your little fingers towards your thumbs. But yes, they are also in line. Make sure you're not twisting or tensing your wrists, lengthening. Let's see what, this is it. Still contraction, this rolling bit, lengthening, and releasing. Okay, so one more time. Little fingers towards your thumbs, everything's long, just lengthening, ribs together, and release. Okay. Now the other way around, we've got the palms facing the back, thumbs towards the little fingers, and I'm working my way around my upper arms, so it's all long and turning. Lengthening and releasing. And one more time. Thumbs towards the little fingers, ribs together, everything's long. Everything's long. And releasing. Okay, now with that same muscle coordination, we go towards the end of the mat, lengthening everything, long, and having the head relaxed, just relax. And from here, you can bend your knees, of course. You can put some books or yoga blocks or even a little chair so you can reach the floor. You're not expected, and it's not necessary to be in that position. Totally, you can be here, right? All we do is we think our back long with whatever the result is. So from your sit bones to your head, you just think of lengthening energy out here. So it's about the fountain, and it's also about lengthening your legs. They could be here, and you still think long, and they are in alignment, sit bone, heel, right? So no problem. Breathing in and lengthening. Navel, and again, come in, and sit bones head, lengthening and releasing. And wow, okay. Okay, so one more time, and we will be looking at the middle finger, describing a semicircle, and the arm is just very easily floating, because what we really want to achieve is lengthening and turning the upper body, and the arm is just indicating where we go. And it's not necessary that you get very far. It's about programming to lengthen before we turn. Very important. Bringing in, lengthening, lengthening. If you ever had lombalgy, you know why we're doing this. Lengthening, and also because turning the head is something with increasing age that you need to do. Lengthening and lengthening, coming down. Okay. And one more time, lengthening, lengthening, and lengthening, lowering. And one more time, and lengthening, 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 and coming back, coming back, coming back, and release. And just have the blood flowing back. Okay. And now the next exercise is the stability exercise, which the guys invented, I think, a year ago, I don't know. And the important thing about this is it helps your hip and lower back, and it really strengthens that part. So it's not about flexibility, although you can use it for that if you need flexibility, but you know, forget it. It's about what you feel and that you think long, center line, the two sides of your body parallel. That's what we need, right? Important is to have your hips parallel to the floor, and the heel of your supporting leg, the leg you stand on, needs to be on the floor. Okay, so that's really important. Apart from that, you know, you can have anything in place here, bend everything, no problem. It can be a little, very, very small movement. Okay, so from here, let's see, that was contraction. Okay, so lengthening, lengthening, navel, everything's long, up, and release. So you think your fountain, you think energy through your knee, and you think the three parallel lines. And for as long as your thought makes a difference, or you're thinking, visualization, you keep going. And when you notice it does not anymore make a difference, you know, feeling wise, then there is a little space to create. Just having that relax and relax. Yeah, then you change legs. So it can take a little longer on one side, but that's no problem. Now we'll just repeat this. Or if you like, you lengthen a bit more. Whatever you can. Heel on the floor, lengthening. And I need to do this a little dynamic now because of the state my body's in, so trying to be gentle. They say 3, okay. Please always listen to your intuition, because you know, you may get something different. Don't exaggerate, don't do too much. Try to lengthen and to be really correct with the lines, the alignment, the muscle use. That's the important thing. Yeah, that takes you further than anything. Everything develops over time, so we can go for quick results, but if we want to go for lasting results, that's a different thing. It's a different task. Lengthening. Okay, one more. Yes. Okay. It really stretches from head to toes. Okay, so just relax and see what you need. like lengthening everything long. Now just give your legs a shake if you like, three-dimensional with the arms to protect the shoulders. You can also do a little exercise from the Chinese medicine, which is using your abs, and then it's like, you know, trembling. And that really helps your lymphatic system, and yeah, to just get it moving. You will notice that. Just, if you like, just try it out. It's great. I always get little hints from my friend who's a Chinese medicine practitioner. Head down, elbows closed, and here we go. Yes, and if your body wants something peculiar like mine now, allow it to do that and to have its way. Okay, so what are we up to now? Yeah, okay. Looks like a little more. Yes. Okay, so we go for some push-ups. I'll first do the ladies version, then the gentleman version, and after that we have a little extra for unemployed gentlemen who don't feel challenged. Okay, so one line from your knees to your head, you relax your elbows, and you just relax them even more, and then you think sit bones head. So it's all about the fountain. It's all about how much strength you've got in your center. It's not about how low you go, and it's not about getting your head low. It's about maintaining the diagonal, which maintains itself through the visualization of the fountain. Okay? So, after that, you can relax your back or just have the blood flow back. Now, next thing. The gentleman version, plank position, little fingers in line with your heels, one line, relaxing the elbow, and then relaxing more, and think sit bone's head, just like that, sit bone's head, making sure your elbows are close to you. If they go out to the side, you can actually, well, it's not helpful for your shoulders, and because you may be going like this, no? It's the idea is to lengthen, close and to lengthen all this. Okay, so I'll do a couple more. I hope you can see that. Lengthening and lengthening and lengthening and relaxing. Yeah, so it's not about working your upper muscles, it's working the core, sit bones, navel, okay? And now there's a little extra if you feel this is just not helping or just not difficult or whatever. You can send a little energy through one of your heels, and then you've got automatically your leg up in the air. So the majority of the energy goes through your upper body, through the fountain, and then you've got a little bit through your heel. Okay? Good. Relaxing. So for me, always this one, but of course, you listen to your body, and your body may tell you that you want something that is a little bit softer. Okay? So now we've got the mermaid. Little finger in line with your elbow, hips and heels in line. And I'm crossing the upper leg over. Now from here, breathing in, sit bones head, lengthening. And you can be either here, make sure that your butt is in line and not back. Or you can be here, lengthening. This is one line, it's not really necessary because all your weight is in the center, okay? I like 3 times, I like to do it 3 times. Don't hold it, lengthen. I'm sure you could see the difference. Breathing in and lengthening, up, lengthening and release. Okay, now, your fingers point into this direction because in case you bend, this is what we need. Otherwise we'll be here, which is not helpful for the shoulders. So, breathing in, and either sit bones head, you'll be here or here. Important, lengthening and releasing. And my knee, there is some tension, okay, so where is the tension coming from? From here. Massage where it is, right? This is life because it's our time for the body to look after it, not to just go. You can do that when you're 20, in your 20s, even when you're in your 30s, but you've got to find other ways when you, well, especially for the women when it comes to menopause, yeah? Important. Lengthening. Yeah, and even this little loosening has made a difference. Okay, so I want to do a little stretch. Let's see, a little balance if that's possible. Everything's live here, so we see if that is possible or not. So lengthening, head in line, lengthening and releasing. Okay, so other side. Of course, that's totally optional, yes? I always want to see whether from the center everything is working outside and whether the energies go out, because with contractions, energies go in. And so it's important to check, okay, how much does still go in? And how much can I send out? Little fingers in line with the elbow, hips, heels, and then crossing over. And up we go, or up we go. And release. Breathing in, and again, lengthening, up, and lower. And one more time, up, lengthening, and release. Okay, fine. Now we've got this position, breathing in, and lengthening, and this is the other variation, up, through, and keep sending it through, yes? Because otherwise, at some point, it will affect your shoulder. Breathing in and lengthening, up and releasing, and one more time, lengthening, up and relaxing the elbow, still fountain going on. And now I like to do the stretch. This is interesting on this side, but this is why I'm doing it. Lengthening, yeah, it wants to turn in, see that? So now I'm trying to get it, yeah, and actually it's a little bit more turned out yet now, which is good. So we're making progress, which is good. Okay, just relax, See, this workout helps so much to think the energies out. And that's been the constant task since my body just was tensing so much. And it was sometimes frustrating because I got a lot out and then it came back in and you know. So it's like this. Because if you can't stop, like say, okay, I'm taking a month off and all this. No, I can't. So, you know, you need to see how you can balance that. And actually it teaches you so much. So if you want to know more, you let me know and I do a video on that, because I know so many people are affected. We are pressurized a lot in these times of change, and this is reflected by our body, right? Okay, so what's next? They've got several exercises they want to do. First one is on all fours. Okay, so here we go. If this is a little inconvenient to be on your knees, of course you can put something underneath, like a blanket or a towel or a little cushion. Yeah, it's all fine. You need to be fine. Elbows are relaxed. I've got my little fingers in line with my knees and my little toes, and I'm thinking from my sit bone through the head, everything's long here, navel's in. And now I do from my between my pubic bone and my navel, I do a little massage. Yeah, so I'm purposely leaving out the rest here. Now I'm not doing everything because it's so easy to massage the upper back. Of course, we need to do that eventually at some point, so we don't teach it has to be, you know, standing still, because our body always knows what we're teaching. Yes, so we need to move everything. Very important. This is why actually going dancing sometimes is good, because that's exactly helping you with this. Move in ways that you normally don't do. You just improvise, you just go, you know, lengthening and release, and just have the energy go back, the blood flowing back. We have several things to do here, they say. So, okay, now, mobilizing the hip is, you always think long from your sit bones to your head, so you've got your head long. This is why actually I'm looking a little bit ahead of my fingertips in my case. Elbows relaxed. Long leg, open, and back. So I'm describing like a quarter of a circle with my knee, and I do 3, they tell me. Okay, and down. Take a break, especially if you're new. Other leg, open. I'll be very tiny and gentle here to see how my hip is. Lengthening, because of course, with all that what I had, just relaxing or relaxing. Yeah, I couldn't move there, and the circular movement was the thing. So other way around, in reverse, in, lengthen, keep the 90-degree shape, yes, and make sure that you keep your neck long and your hips parallel to the floor. In, lengthening, and lengthening is not meaning lengthening the leg, it's meaning lengthening the upper body. Here I'm lengthening, yeah, and keeping the leg in this 90 degrees shape, or at least trying to do that. Yeah, and there are moments when I am, well, here, in pain a little bit. Oh, okay. Or like a reflection of the pain. Okay, just relaxing. Good. So this was mobilizing the hip and finding out for yourself where it's tricky and where you can think always longer in your upper body, and then see if the hip is feeling free, yeah, or freer. Okay, so from here, I'm lengthening the leg. And when I feel I've got it long, I just think long and see if that makes a difference. 8 times alternating. Little toe in line with your hips on muscle line, and you think sit bone heel. So lengthening, and of course, more than anything, it's not about the leg, it's about your upper body lengthening. Okay, so you think, again, the fountain, and your elbows are loose. Okay, I've got 3 more. Lengthening, navel is in, and lengthening. Yeah, I hope that surely we do that soon. We don't need any extra layer, so you can see it better. Now lengthening, you can either take a break or you take the other arm, and you can do or have your leg either on the floor as we did before, like this, or have it parallel to the floor. The idea is that you keep lengthening your leg while you keep lengthening your upper body even more, and that you're not lifting your leg, but as a result of this lengthening, it's a part of the circle. Yes, so 4 more. Lengthen and release, and 3, and release. And do 2 more, lengthening, and release, and lengthening, and release, and just back, and relax. Okay. What else? Yeah, they want some circles. Okay, so it's about lengthening the leg and then we circle. So 90 degrees parallel to the floor, or meaning upper thigh parallel to the floor, and now you think your heel parallel to the ceiling. Lengthen your upper body, fountain, and your leg in the alignment, navel in, and now just lengthen even more and take your leg slowly to the side and lengthen. It won't go far because we're aiming to keep the legs on both sides. Otherwise we would be twisting our hips, and that's not the idea. So you do 90 degrees. Watch it first one time if you like, and then you know what to do. Lengthen, and your knee is totally relaxed. The strength is here in your center, and your leg is floating in your hip joint. That's actually what it's for. So, how many do they want? Okay, 4 alternatives. So I've got 1 more. Keep lengthening, especially through your upper body. Yes? And relaxing. 1 more. Lengthening. Up. And open. And relax. Okay, just relax your back, or have the blood flowing back, or relax your back in the other way, like I always need. There's a zip. Okay, so what else? I know they want us to stretch the legs. Right. If your body does something peculiar, I did not plan that, I just had to do it, and it's feeling good, and it is, then go for that, yes? Okay, so, leg stretches, yes, I get that. What else? Is there anything coming before that? Yes, there is, okay. It's rolling up and down in alignment, okay. Right. Little toes in line with the hips or muscle line. I'm showing first a version for someone who's new here, and then, well, a little more complex version, okay? So, sit bones head, lengthening, now you come up, it's like the abs version, long, and if there's any tension here, you can always push with your head against your hands. Now you can grab your thighs and lengthen. The idea is to come up, vertebra by vertebra, trying to lengthen in between, not to be together or not trying to be straight, no. Lengthening up here and up and sit bones head, and that's where we are, elbows relaxed. Now from here, lengthening, keep lengthening, keep lengthening, and then you're down again, okay? Now, when you're a little bit more flexible, first of all, we always have to lengthen the back. So when you're up here, sit bones head, relaxing and lengthening here, you don't try, you think long and whatever it takes. And as soon as the back is long, we're lengthening a little bit more the legs. Well, it comes naturally anyway, so think of the alignment and the rest is fine. So, if you're a little bit more flexible, of course, you may also want to have your legs long, maybe, or less than whatever. You can start with your arms behind your head, little fingers in line with your shoulders. Describe the biggest possible circle coming up. Sit bones head, lengthening, your elbows are relaxed. And here now you can see if your little toes are in alignment. And then you slowly come up, vertebra by vertebra, lengthening here. Sit bones head, relaxing, diagonal, lying down, and relax here, okay? Then you find again again, this position, sit bones head, that's like a reset, very important. And from here you lengthen out of your, pubic bone. This will relax your shoulders by relaxing your elbows and thinking through your head fountain. If you think long until your head, the shoulders are always fine. Okay? So choose your version. Also, whatever you can imagine in between, that's great. And now we do 2 repetitions, and then we've got something else, but I'll explain that along the way. You can do that with me. Lengthening, coming up, whatever version you have decided to do. Now from your sit bones, head rolling up slowly, coming up slowly, and lengthening forwards, just relaxing. Coming up, and lowering down. Well, you can be here, no? Remember, elbows close is what we need. And always relax elbows, so the shoulders are safe. And lengthening, navel in, lengthening, coming up, and coming up, relaxing, head down, and up. And now we go down and we go up again, and then we bend one leg. And if you're laughing now and saying, well, I've got both legs there, no problem. Maybe you can bend one leg more, or you just come up some more times, and that's all fine. Lengthening. Now, when I'm bending the leg, the important thing is to think energy out of the knee, because then you've got freedom and space in your hip. So it can look like this, or the other way around would be like this, or like this. You're totally fine. And then from here, lowering, and of course, repeating it with the other leg. Lengthening. One more time, lengthening, coming up. And sit bones head, lengthening. In, but out. Energy out of the knee. And lengthening. And now this time, now you repeat this once with each leg, and then you can even lengthen a little bit more, but only if you feel like that. Don't pressurize yourself. It's not about what it looks like, what you can do. It's about what it feels like. Remember, that makes the result, and about being as exact as you can. Yes, as correct as you can. So let's see with this leg, if it wants some extras. And lengthening. And bending in. I will just try a little bit. So you see, this is my rehabilitation, lengthening. So you really see, okay, where is it? Is it sometime, is it, doing something different than normally? Trying to avoid something, yeah? A certain movement or a certain moment or anything. And that's really important to find out. Okay, so lengthening. Breathing in, sit bones head, and lengthening. So on this side you'll see how much easier it can go. Yeah, so lengthening, and it's not about stretching the leg, it's about seeing how you can lengthen, That's what we're trying to do, and lengthen. Where can I possibly lengthen more? And maybe you can lengthen more when you've got your leg bent or slightly bent, It's not necessarily the idea that it has to be, or it has to be a certain way, let's put it this way, right? Okay, so rolling down and just relaxing. Okay, right. Yeah, I really try to take you with me on this journey. Not hiding anything, being authentic, and if you need more information, you can have it. You just have to let me know if you're interested and in what you're interested, okay? And what you're interested in, sorry. Please, yeah, help me a little bit. You know, I'm not a native speaker, but I'm trying my best. Okay, so last one they want me to do is leg stretching on the floor. If you are new, I really suggest to do it in this position. Little toes in line with your hips or muscle line, little fingers in line with your shoulders, making sure sit bones and navel, you've got the fountain going, and then you slide out the leg, lengthening from your sit bone to your heel, whatever you can. You don't have to be able to have it long. And then you think lengthening the upper body and lengthening the legs, so coming out and coming up. And when you bend in, also don't think of coming in. Think of coming out of your knee and just bending the leg. See that? It's not like this. Okay, so it's just down and again. So we do 2 of that. Then your legs up in the air, and it can be, it's relaxed. It can be here, sit bone heel, that's fine. It can be here, sit bone heel, fine. And also here, same line. Yeah, you're always thinking that line. So now you think. Again, leg is going down and lengthen the upper body, and the leg is going down until your sit bone heel, so it's not on the floor. And when you bend it in, don't think of in, again, think of knee out, okay? So that's actually what we're doing. 4 and 4, okay? Or the other way to do it is to bend this leg, to have this also in alignment, and that's what I'm going to do. So it's the same thing, elbows relaxed, but you don't have these lines as much, yeah? So, like emphasize, but if you're new, I would really suggest that, okay? And even if you have anything with something with your back, also do that, or you feel like this is a little unsafe or unsure, or yeah. So here we go, lengthening 4 times, lengthening and coming up. I do 4 times. After that I change my legs, and then I do it the other way around, lengthening. Thought we were doing circles, but no. Lengthening. They are saying now that with what we did on all 4s, it's enough. And one more. Lengthening. Make sure that your knee is turned. Hi everyone. Well, Mercury retrograde has hit, as it looks. And not only that, the camera ran out of battery, okay, that happens at times, but it refuses to work together with my microphone. So what I will do now is I will finish off the exercise and trust that I showed it well at the beginning, so that if you cannot hear me properly now, that it is okay. And yeah, I hope it serves you. I'm really sorry, but that's just how it is. So we will find a way. So here's the other side. I'm changing legs, lengthening, and coming up. And we'll do this 4 times. Yes, 4 times, as we said earlier. Lengthening. And twice more. Lengthening. And now changing. You can also be here or here, right? Lengthening in line. And now energy through the knee coming up. And lengthening. And the last one. Lengthening, lengthening, energy out of your knee, and change. Whatever you can, however you can do it. Lengthening, and coming in, and lengthening, navel in, and lengthen. Lengthening, lengthening, and last one, lengthening. Okay, just relax. Do what you need to change to end the class. I thank you very, very much for taking part in today's class. I'm sorry about the technical issues. And if you like to have more from the guides, please subscribe to the channel and also subscribe to the weekly energy update that we have on Heike Bartels on YouTube, and there is a daily dose on Instagram at Heike Dance. So let's spread the love and rebuild this planet with love, peace, harmony, compassion, and together we can do it. Lots and lots of love, and I see you for the next workout.